Hey y'all! So in this video, we're going to be telling you all of our mistakes that we made 1L year.
All of our regrets.
Period. These are mistakes that we made 1L year. We're trying to help you all out, so don't do this.
Yeah, don't do what we did.
Mistake number 1, going to law school.
Literally.
So first mistake, cramming.
Yeah, cramming. Using the reading period or like relying on the reading period to be enough for finals. Just study the whole year. You can. The whole semester.
Yeah, second semester, I was cramming. I was definitely cramming. We also didn't really have a reading period, so I think that also was worse. So yeah, mistakes was like not being consistent with mastery or studying the material like week to week, in my opinion. Some people may learn better by just cramming, but I just feel like you can't cram and stuff.
Yeah, I crammed like a month out for both semesters and it was hectic. Second semester.
Thinking it was normal to get a firm job for 1L summer.
Yeah, please don't think getting a firm job in general is normal. Like, I talked to this girl at my job and she said at her law school only 5 people get big law, and not just like black, white people, just 5 people period. So it's really not common, especially outside of the T14. Like,
yeah, I think I just thought it was normal because that was just who I was around. They all did that, and so I was just like, oh my god, like do this because everyone else did it. But don't be comparing. That's all probably on here too, but like that's not normal. Like, it's no.
Well, reading the material and not using Quimby enough, like I guess in crunch time, like definitely read, but
you can waste so much time reading.
You can waste time reading. Read when, like, kind of feel out what you need to read for what classes.
I would say like for the first like month, try to read everything. Like, you know, don't like go in as a slacker, but after a while you kind of realize, okay, like I don't need to be wasting so much time reading this material. I need to go over what we learned to make sure I like can regurgitate it. So you can waste a lot of time reading, and also by not using Quimby. I didn't get Quimby until later. I was afraid to get Quimby. I'm so pro Quimby right now. Like, Quimby sponsor me because they save me. Quimby basically gives you the case brief, so you really don't have to read because Quimby gives you the rule. Sometimes you should still read because it can be a slightly different than what your professor wants. But if you just want a quick, like if you haven't read,
it can get you through.
Quimby got me through contracts.
But definitely read. Like she said, the first month of a new class, always read everything. And then after that, once you kind of have a grasp on the material, then like you need to tone it down a notch.
But just know you're not going to be tested on the reading, so like that's a mistake, is to just be so pressed for the reading. Not trying harder to get free books.
Yeah, don't spend your money on every single textbook
so much money on books.
Like brand new price, because sometimes the library won't even have used. Like, just try to get books from people. Probably would have been easier for us if we weren't online.
Yeah, I feel like also we didn't try hard enough. Like, we were just stressed out. Like, there were so many other things we were worried about. We were just like, okay, whatever, we'll just buy the book. Like, I'm not about to let that stress me out. But going forward, you know, I got books sitting here.
And like the people up under us will like have our books like when we get them minty.
Yeah, so but going forward, I'm gonna try to get the online version because we're gonna have to
I'm not trying to
I'm not carrying this, but yeah, really, like I guess as soon as you know the book, like start hunting for it early so that you can really try to get the most cost efficient version as possible.
We said another regret was not being as social with people in law school. Again, we were online, but like as far as just not participating in any like on-campus activities or like social events, because like with the Zoom fatigue, like we wanted to go to another Zoom for like a social event or a school club or whatever, but I kind of regret doing it because it's a good way to interact with people.
Yeah, and I was just like, I guess like when I got people's first impressions just from like the group me, like the admin group me, or like just people's online presence, I went in thinking I would never get along with any of these people that I'm about to go to school with. And I was just like, I was texting my friends, I was like, y'all, I'm gonna have no friends. Like, I'm just gonna be me here. Like, I'm not gonna get along with these people. But I was wrong. Like, as you get to know people, like these are like really cool people that we go to school with. So I do kind of wish I was a bit more open to being social early on. But I was way more social second semester than I was first semester.
Same.
Academically, I did worse second semester than first semester. Maybe it has to do with the social aspect. So maybe I don't regret it. Maybe everything happened at a timeline, but yeah. Okay, another one was like not getting involved. Like, we didn't join any clubs or anything.
We're still not getting involved, really. We're not doing law review or anything, but you know.
Actually, no, you were involved.
Where was I involved in?
clinic?
Oh, a clinic, that doesn't count.
Okay, well,
Like a class, basically.
yeah, but that's a regret because you can meet so many, you can get so many connections doing that. You can meet people have like other mentors in like the business law society, like it's just way
outlines, like it's a lot of advantages to it.
Yeah.
And then another thing is like not prioritizing my mental health and like self-care. I think the entire year almost I was just so focused on everything law school, finals, readings, cold calls. I wasn't really taking care of myself as much as I wish I had. Like I even cut like some of the little things out, like going to the nail shop or like just little things that I really should not have cut out that probably would have made me feel better. Like, or even just exercising daily, like it was rough.
Yeah, I was working myself like a machine. Like I would just like do the bare minimum, like shower. My hair was always in a bun. Like wasn't really getting my hair done like that, and that's not good. Like
so much so to the point where when like after finals in May, like we just felt dead.
Yeah,
like
dead. So speaking of self-care, a great way to boost yourself or make yourself feel better is to get yourself like a nice treat. So these are a great way to make yourself feel better. Shout out to Rose Forever for sending me these flowers. They smell amazing.
Oh yeah, they do.
Rose Forever is a New York-based rose brand launched in 2019. It specializes in designing luxurious flower bouquets and hand-picked exquisite roses that last for a year. We only use natural oils to preserve the roses, so they are real. And the bouquets are handcrafted by professional rose artisans. Our roses come in round and square-shaped velvet boxes in 3 sizes, so they're perfect whether for a Parisian-style chic house decor or as a special event gifts. They create roses in a diverse palette of shades, and they never stop at standard colors, but they get darker colors, black and gray, and special shades like golden and silver. So yeah, they just use a natural process of pigmentation to get the shade rich and intense.
That's really cool. So they actually are real. And they just use oils.
So yeah, thank you so much to Rose Forever. And yeah, mental health, self-care, that stuff is important. I mean, I guess I got a little better second semester, and like, but like really no, I still was suffering.
Yeah.
Actually, I think my mental health was worse second semester.
Same. I mean, it just was all bad. And then like we even like this year, like we were trying to get the vaccine, and like it was a hunt for that. Like it was just a lot. Our health was being under attack. It just was a lot.
Yeah, I got sick second semester because of the vaccine.
Yeah, so twice.
Yeah. But take care of yourself. Like at the end of the day,
you still have to be a person.
You have to be a person. Like your mental health is #1. You can't do anything, like put that above everything else because it's the most important. Another mistake was thinking that hard work equals good grade. I'm gonna tell you right now, you can work super hard in the class, super hard all year. You're studying for that class day in and day out. You're putting in work. You take the final, those 3 hours, you put in work. You think that you just wrote the best answer this teacher has ever seen. Boom, you're about to get an A, get your test back, boom, 80.
Or less.
Or less, because everyone did that. And it's just like, what?
Yeah, it was so annoying to me because like you spend all this time studying, all this preparation, and then like your grade doesn't come out how you want it to. Or you have to think like everybody's doing the same thing. So
everyone's smart, everyone's killing it, everyone wants to go for that thing.
There's no way to tell what the outcome of that 3 hours is gonna be.
For the most part,
no matter how much you study. So be kind to yourself when you get grades back and keep things in perspective.
I think also like just try not to think about it like that. Like work hard because you want to know what's going on and because you want to just do the test. But you can't really guarantee an A in anything.
No,
like you just can't.
And the people on Reddit who try to tell you you can, or that there's like a certain way to take exams, law school exams, like there is. And you can have that down pat and still not get a grade in a certain class with a certain professor.
Like I worked, but I will say first semester, I was like working day in and day out. I was like day in, day out, working, like, oh my gosh, I better get a good grade, better get a good grade. I did the same thing-ish second semester, and it didn't work out the same. Like, not to say that, oh, I just plummeted.
I definitely worked a lot harder second semester, and it didn't come out as well as first semester.
Yeah.
So
I think similar,
But we also have more classes, more credits, second semester. So
no TAs. I think that was
and it was your second time doing it. It was just so many different factors. On my second semester just wasn't it, but
yeah, I think it's just like work hard, but don't think that you can. Basically, they tell us in orientation, you can work your butt off and get a C. That is what was scaring me. I'm like, oh my gosh, like you mean to tell me I'm doing all this and I'm gonna get a C? Like what? So just,
and this is another reason why we also need to go back to the big law thing. Like, one, keep it in perspective. Not a lot of people get big law outside of the T14, even in the T14 sometimes.
And I don't think you should aim for that.
Don't come into law school thinking you're gonna go into a big law job or even make 6 figures or any of that, because such a small percentage of people do. Like, the law field is so oversaturated. Like, when you come in, make sure you want to be a lawyer at the end of the day, not a corporate lawyer. Just make sure you want to be just a lawyer, because it doesn't always work out.
We're not always that sure that we want to do this.
Yeah.
We have our moments. And yeah, time you put in doesn't equal a good grade. Like, it's really like you're uncertain the whole time. So the mistake you make is just feeling comfortable. I'll have weeks where I'm like, yeah, oh, that's the easy class, but that, and the week after I'm like, girl, I'm about to fail. Like, so you just don't know.
Oh yeah, another mistake I made was not using my TAs. Like, first semester was one class I didn't even know we had TAs. We had like 4. Second semester, I knew we had TAs, I still didn't use them. And like,
for contracts
in property, like they weren't, I mean, but yeah, so not using my TAs, I think I definitely, in at least one class I would have gotten a better grade had I used the TAs, potentially. But yeah.
I like using TAs, so I'd say I'm probably using TAs.
I spoke to my professors a lot though.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't do that.
Do you regret it? Not really.
I kind of regret it for con law.
He wasn't helpful.
Yeah, that's because I heard, okay, I had in the back of my head not to trust these professors, because I just felt like the more people who do well, the harder it makes their job, quite frankly. So I was like, they're not about to help me.
No, your professors will help you. I don't think professors are out here sabotaging.
Not sabotaging, but I'm saying like the little extra stuff that you can do. Why would they want everyone to know that? But I'm pro TAs. I mean, your professors help too. I think also TAs to me are just more approachable. I regret not taking sample answers to office hours for a professor to look at. I actually never did this. But I guess you're right. Like, I don't think I regret that, because I still did fine, and I didn't do that. And I just kind of felt like you kind of have to manage your energy with this stuff. If I were to be doing that, I probably would have been way behind in other classes, or just fried, like burnt out. And I knew I would be I knew I could write it down. I was just afraid. Like, I was just always afraid of that thing in my head that's like, yeah, you think you know it, but someone could be better. Like, I'm nothing. Like, I'm gonna fail. But don't think like me.
This isn't a regret, because this isn't something I could control, but like, I definitely did worse in the classes where professors didn't have model answers or post their exams. Like, we had a few professors in the spring who like just didn't give you access to any of their past exams.
It was all of them.
Didn't have model answers, didn't like, and I learned way better when those things were in place, but that's not something I regret. But just kind of know for those classes, you're really in the dark. And I think, I'm like, was that on purpose? Because I'm like, okay, maybe they were trying to ease us in first semester, and then second semester they just dropped this ball on us. Like, okay. Some professors just don't like giving access to their tests, and they're not gonna have a choice this semester. But I would say, I think it's a good strategy though, honestly. If you're like, if I had the mental stamina, students giving sample answers, yeah. I want to say, because what would I do? Civ Pro was the hardest class ever, so he knew even with the sample answers that there would still be a curve. But like, I just think you needed it. And I think all these classes are hard to the point where like, you need at least one pass exam. And all these professors are different. As in, like, I think con law, we needed sample answers, because I can never understand what that means. We needed sample answers for con law. We needed tests for contracts. Like, the fact that we showed up to contracts and we didn't know what she could write on that test, like, come on now. Like, please.
Okay, another regret is not getting to know professors. Maybe this is because we're Zoom law.
Yeah.
But we don't know our professor.
I only got to know one professor, my legal writing professor.
And she raves about this.
I love him. And he left. He's like literally leaving the school. He's going to another law school. So that's depressing.
Yeah.
Like,
but I wouldn't say I'm like cool. Like the way she's cool with that professor, like I don't really know any of these professors like that. For my own soliciting, they probably just know my name because I ask questions.
And like some of, this sounds bad, but like some of these professors I wasn't really trying to get to know. Because like, you know.
I mean that too, but I just feel like we're in the, like this what is this career? This industry is very like
who you know.
But also, I think it's just part of like the school experience, getting to know your professors. I didn't really do that too much in undergrad, and that's why I want, because you know UCLA is huge, and I wasn't trying to get to know those professors either. And I just feel like this is our last school experience. It would be nice to get to know professors. We're first generation lawyers, so any type of mentor figure, people who give us advice, like we're trying.
And
to
some people really try to do it, like even in the virtual setting. Like I know people who stay after class, like an hour after class, talking to professors, and I just didn't have the energy after being on Zoom all day for class to like stay.
Yeah, I didn't have it. I tried to that first 2 weeks until she told me that we're graded anonymously, and that's when I stopped.
Yeah.
But no, I wish I took more time to get to know my professors, and I hope they maybe feel the same way, like they wish they got to know us better.
Yeah, we're gonna like see them in person maybe for like the first time.
Yeah, see how tall they are, and like
they're literally gonna be so short. All the professors are short.
Oh yeah, because we're tall.
So I definitely regret not getting a desktop earlier. So like 2 weeks before finals of second semester, I bought a Mac. I bought a Mac desktop, and it was the best purchase ever. Like just being able to sit at a desk with a big screen, like it was just, I really 100% recommend. Even though law school is not gonna be online, like get one. Cause like when you're writing your papers, like you just need that. Like a laptop, and I had the second monitor when my laptop still wasn't the same. Laptops sound like a car motor running. Just get you a Mac desktop if you can.
Invest in an iMac, I'm telling you. I owe my success to that thing.
Yeah.
So do you regret going to law school in a pandemic?
Do I regret going to law school, period?
So far, no.
I can't tell you, like, I tell this to anyone. People will be like, oh, how's law school going? You regret it? I won't know until I pass the bar, until I'm in my first job. If I like it, if everything's going well, then probably no. But I haven't, you know, what's the thing people always say, like, outcome. But basically, like, I won't know if, like, the risk of the debt is, like, outweighs the outcome.
If your risk is paying off.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that comes with us going straight through. We definitely could have gone into this being a bit more certain, because this is a big risk to take. Okay, it's a lot of debt.
It's a big risk.
It's a lot of debt. So far, so good though. Thank you, Jesus, for all the blessings. But
we still don't know. We still have a long ways to go until we feel like we made it. Yeah. At least me personally. Yeah. So overall, I just feel like everything happens for a reason. Like, we're saying like regret, but this is more just like reflection. It's just, we don't want you to see only a highlight reel. There's no way I can capture all of law school, and I'm not about to record every mental breakdown I have or anything like that. Right. But there are things that we kind of wish we knew before, and things that we did that we were like, no, we could have done that differently. And it's still gonna be different for you, but I know how it is. Like, you know, when you're about to start, you just want to know everything about it before you start. And it's so hard, and like, it's a learning experience. You're gonna make mistakes, but just try to do your best at the end of the day. Yeah, just try to do your best. Don't compare yourself, and just know that you're where you are. If you're watching this and you're about to go to law school, you're doing that for a reason. You're in your spot. You're smart enough. Yep. You can definitely do it. Grades are not everything. They aren't. And another thing, what job you get, what salary you have is not everything. I know people do a lot with that in law school. Yeah. Sometimes people equate it with success, and that is not true at all. And law school is what you make it, just like life, okay? So thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me and Lexi on Instagram, and leave us video suggestions down below. Because I really don't know what to record anymore. Like when I was over, like
yeah, we can't really talk about jobs, guys.
Yeah, so might have to move to a new theme. Maybe we'll start doing
lifestyle.
Yeah, lifestyle, beauty, hair conditioner reviews.